Welcome to the Small Church Podcast. I'm Boyd.
I'm Alex.
And I'm John.
Today we're going to be talking about episode number 21. It is our Thanksgiving episode. We've officially been recording for 11 months now. We started in January. January of 25 we started, and we've made it, and we're in November now. We just had Thanksgiving, and we're going to do a little Thanksgiving episode. So instead of doing a recap from the last episode, we're going to talk about some stuff that we're thankful for. So we're going to do something we're thankful for the month of September of 24, and then something we're thankful for now. So Alex, why don't you tell us what you're thankful for this year and for 2 years ago?
So this year I'll go with this. I'm thankful that our family is all together and we're at home.
Amen.
I'm just thankful for holidays at home and getting to look forward to Thanksgiving at home, because last year Thanksgiving was spent at the hospital. And then September of 24, we were thankful that we had a scare at the hospital. Ashley did. So we spent, I won't get into it too much because I'll talk about it later, but we're just thankful that was nothing more than a scare.
Yeah, that's right.
Because when you're pregnant, every time they get sick or I don't know about y'all, but when Ashley was pregnant, I was on edge the whole time. I was like, every day, I'm like, are we good? Still feel the baby? Because, it just, and the friend group I have, I know we've dealt with that as a friend group.
Yeah.
So I was nervous every day. Every day I was like, we made it another day. We're good. When do we get to the point to where I can breathe a little bit? And we never really got to that point.
Yeah.
But I was thankful that it was just a scare, because a trip to the hospital when you're pregnant that's so much.
Oh, yeah.
That's way too much.
Yeah. I don't think I ever worried about that. I mean, I know it happened to us and everything, but I don't feel like a day in and day out worried about it. I always told Jordan it never felt real to me. It was almost like the baby wasn't real until it got here. I don't know. It's just, it's almost, I guess it's part of denial or something almost, but I didn't want to accept it until I actually seen him on the sonogram and seen him in person. But it just, I don't know. I guess that was part of my way of not thinking about the past and things that had happened before, I guess.
Yeah, we only had one sonogram that didn't come with bad news.
Yeah.
It was the very first one.
Yeah.
And then the second one, from then on, everyone on my bad
Yeah.
news accompanied with it. So
Little foreshadowing of what's to come.
we never really got a sonogram that we could just sink our teeth into and post all over social media and just be excited about, hang it from the fridge. It was, I guess we'll have a photo of this memory of getting told bad news. It's in our fridge.
For this year, I'm thankful for some time off. The holidays are coming up. Thanksgiving, we've got some time off there. We're going to do a little bit of traveling. We've got some trips planned up for the end of the year. Just looking forward to some relaxation and getting away from town and just, getting away from, I guess, real life. It's always good to take a break and spend time with the family and make memories. That's what I've always looked forward to. When I was growing up, like, you can look back on the trips you've been on, or maybe you didn't leave anywhere, but you had good memories with town or hunting or whatever. And so I just love spending time with the kids away from the regular schedule, because I feel like that's when the memories are made,
Yeah. And
then, are we going to go ahead and do September? He didn't do September.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was
Yeah.
Sorry. For last September, I think the thing I was most thankful for at that time would have been, getting back in my childhood house. We talked about that last episode, being able to buy the house that I grew up in. I lived in it for almost 20 years. I was gone for, I think, 4 years, and now we're back, and hopefully spend, the rest of our life there, God willing. So that's what I'm thankful for, is being back at that, quote unquote home, to start, raising our family there.
Where did all your high school stuff go? The jerseys, the helmets, the trophies. Are they in Greensboro?
Trophies.
I don't
They exist.
I mean, a lot of it's probably still in Greensboro in the attic, trophy-wise, like growing up, like Little League and stuff. But I never won a state championship in high school, so
I didn't either.
Jerseys and stuff. I have some of that stuff.
There wasn't no participation awards when we were in school.
I think my mom still has a bunch of that in my closet in Greensboro, though.
Alex did get some most improved player, awards when he was growing up.
Oh, man. Best right fielder we got.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Definitely put a lefty in right.
Oh,
no,
team encourager.
Definitely not.
Oh man. I know for me, September of 24, I was most thankful for the men's fellowship. I mean, we were working on the building, 2 or 3 days a week, and we were really, I mean, it was just a bunch of guys hanging out, growing closer together, and it built a bond in our church, and it built a bond in our men's group, and we built a building through it. You know what I mean? And it really helped me going through those hard times that we went through, but also just being able to go and hang out with a bunch of guys the whole time. I enjoyed getting to spend time with family and stuff like that. But I feel like that was what I was most thankful for in September of 24. I would say for this year, for November, I think what I'm most thankful for is just having my own place to hunt now. So I got a lease from Alex's dad, so I'm excited about that. It's been a great place to hunt, and then I also got some land for my cousin that we're hunting on right now and in the process of buying. But I'm very thankful for that. Feel like I've been searching for that for 10 years. You go through hunting clubs and it never really feels right, but nobody can really tell you what to do in your own place. So thankful for that. It's been a good year. So before we actually go into our catching up, we've got a little funny video for you. So over Thanksgiving, we decided we were going to try some of our favorite Thanksgiving food. John brought pecan pie. Alex brought homemade sausage balls. I brought my grandmother's ambrosia, and I also brought some Chex Mix, so we'll watch that. All right, try it. Let's give a rating. This is not for everybody to just snack on. This is for the podcast, guys.
That was gross. Wait,
Y'all are going to have to sign a waiver to be on the podcast. You got to say it. You got to say it.
What?
You got to say it.
So what?
Okay.
Wait, quiet!
What are you giving the rating? Alex said 6.
8.2.
Oh my gosh, he was supposed to say 6, 7 is what he's supposed to say. All right, now we got to try John's. We need a fork. I'm not eating it like a piece of pizza. This is John's pecan pie. Is this homemade, John?
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's not homemade.
Yes, it is.
Go grab us a fork.
Who made that?
Renee Robertson.
Oh my! Get out of here.
Grab us a fork.
From where are you?
Just go over there. Okay, we'll break it.
How dare you use one of my people to make your dish?
He said 6. You were supposed to say 7. One of your people. Why do you get to lay claims?
Because I've known her my entire life.
All right, Alex, try your piece. Grab a piece.
That's true. He is
Try it. You don't like pecans?
No, I
The
don't.
other thing had pecans in it too. What's up with Thanksgiving and pecans?
All right, we going?
Hold on, here, hold it, so I can try it too.
He has to try more than that.
I'm not eating pecan.
It's kind of bland.
Okay, well, I'll eat the rest of it.
Okay. All right.
What's your rating?
After I eat this,
For a dessert, I'll give it 3.
3?
Yeah. I'm not a big. That's not my go-to.
I'll say 6.5.
Are y'all gonna take a fingerful of this? Like, how are you gonna get this? How are you gonna eat this?
there's no way I'm eating it.
What do you mean? It's marshmallows.
I hate
Well,
marshmallows.
get Alex eating the ambrosia. He's trying it.
It's actually not bad.
Try it. It's like fruitcake but melted. Hey, I took a big bite of it and I got something slimy. They're like, there's cherries in it, right? I'm allergic to
Is there
cherries.
onions in that?
No.
No, no one knows.
Alex would know if there's
I would
onions.
vomit.
Celery?
Coconut.
That's our Thanksgiving feast. We have something else. What'd you have? Oh, we gotta get Alex's homemade sausage balls.
The rating on the goulash is a 1.5.
Let me try these cold sausage balls. Here, you hold it. Me and John will try it. Look, we gotta cheers these sausage balls. Yeah, I got one. Cheers.
They gotta be warmed up, so they're ice cold.
I don't know that I can finish.
Did you make these?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is all sausage, no ball. I mean, it's not shaped like a ball, I guess, but I need something to drink. This is breakfast sausage.
Yeah, it is.
I'll give it a. Harrison's gonna try it and see.
Give it an 8.
8.
I've had better sausage balls. I give it a 4.
You've had that bit? I mean, you've had... So the ambrosia was literally the worst thing I put in my mouth. in my entire life.
I don't know. Them sausage balls were a little cold. They would have been better if they were warmed up, but
We don't have a microwave.
I know. And it made it even worse because all the youth were in there. That was a loud recording session right there.
You put food accessible in a room, and
Yeah.
youth are like moth. to
Yeah.
the bubble.
If you want your youth to grow, just get snacks. I mean, that's all it really
If you have
takes.
food you want to get rid of in your house, just bring it to the youth building.
So yeah, I brought the ambrosia. I didn't really like it. I remember the first when I ate it over Thanksgiving. I actually took a big spoonful and I was like, "What?" It was like it was a mushy ball, and I was like, "What is that?" And they're like, "There's cherries in there, right? And you're allergic to cherries." And I ate it, and I didn't get sick or anything.
You're
but
allergic to cherries.
allergic to cherries. That's
And
the only
yet-
thing that I don't even know that I'm really allergic to it.
You're not.
I ate one as a kid. And I broke out in hives and had a fever and stuff like that at the beach, but I don't know. That's what they tell me.
John, what do we drink every year when the Braves do a playoff run?
That's cherry flavoring. That's Code Red. I mean, I'm not allergic to flavor.
Look, don't
It's a
disparage
real
Mountain
cherry.
Dew Code Red. There's
I don't like
cherry
Code
in
Red.
there.
I don't like Code Red though.
What?
Here's the thing
I
about the
drink it.
ambrosia. So when I put it in my mouth, I thought it had onions in it. For whatever reason, it's
Oh.
literally like a fruit
Fruit salad,
salad,
almost.
but it was full of like coconut like strips
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
pecans.
shredded coconut.
and shredded coconut. That's what I'm looking for. So when I put it in my mouth, the shredded coconut didn't come to my head.
And you thought you was just eating a spoonful of onions.
Yeah, like strips of onions came to my head, and it just.
He thought he was at Outback eating some blooming onions.
I would not eat onions. I would not eat ambrosia.
You
I
don't
would
really
not
like
touch it.
have you ever ate a blooming onion?
I don't like onions.
I know, but if you thought about it,
I
like
tried
blooming onions, are
onion.
good.
They taste like a greasy onion.
Yeah, well, that's good.
They're delicious.
No.
So we had some fun time trying the Thanksgiving food, and we're gonna have a great next episode too. We got some stuff for the Christmas episode, but glad to be back. Let's catch up a little bit with John and Alex. Alex, tell me a little bit about your Thanksgiving week.
Our Thanksgiving week is busy because it starts off before Thanksgiving, really. We have a big event, a hangout, family thing with legit 30 to 40 people.
Yeah,
And it's out in Walker County, solid hour drive from our house. And the food is not good.
he admits that every time he goes.
So let me get this out of the way.
Wait! Don't they cook you something special though?
No. This is different. This is
Different family.
Different family. Same side of the family, just different. And all it is just hot dogs and hamburgers.
Thanksgiving food, huh?
Yeah. And some crinkle cut French fries. Now the sausage balls there are good,
Yeah.
but we got there late because Baylor had to be rushed to the hospital.
Yeah.
He had an issue with his surgery he had, and we had to take him to the ER at Children's and get them to clean it up and redo some sutures and stuff like that and redo his bandage. So we show up an hour late.
Yeah.
All the good desserts are gone because this event is dessert forward.
Yeah.
It's not turkey, ham, rolls, mac and cheese, dressing. There's none of that there.
Yeah.
It's just hot dogs and
It's
there's
like John's Paradise.
me and Ashley had this discussion. Spiral cut hot dogs.
Oh, I'm a spiral dog guy. I want my hot dog slit. I will not eat it. Oh,
Like a
okay,
ribbon?
I'll eat it.
Like a ribbon.
It ain't gonna be like that.
Like,
It ain't gonna be like
like a
that.
slinky.
Yeah.
They
I
were
just
done
take
like
one
slinkies.
slit and cut it down the middle. It cooks it
we're
better
not,
than
we're
the
not talking
inside.
about that. We're talking a literal ribbon hot
Spiral
dog.
dog. Like going for the Rick Burgess show. That's what he does. He does spiral dogs.
They're awful. Oh
Yeah.
man.
They
They're so
put barbecue
bad.
sauce on them.
No.
That's what he does.
No, there's no condiments other than ketchup and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
There's no
So-
mustard.
Couldn't find it this year. Don't know what happened. But food not great. But the company awesome. It's
Yeah.
people that we only see that time of year. And that was nice. And they said at the end that they're not gonna host it anymore. Just because they're getting up there in age and they don't know if they want to do it anymore. It's a lot of work. We're getting to that point in life to where traditions are gonna have to be redone
Yeah.
in our family because Christmas Eve is a lot for the person who hosts it. Thanksgiving's a lot for the person that hosts it. So we're starting to look at, okay, where are we going to do this? Because where we do it now is where we do it for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Because once we get kids involved in this, we don't really change it.
Yeah.
So that was tough because we love going up there.
Yeah.
It's our favorite time. So we don't know what's going to happen with that. We don't know if we'll do it next year at her house or somewhere else. I can't imagine trying to host 40 people in my house. I've been to my house. It can't hold 40 people, I don't think. So that'll be fun. trying to figure that out. And that's just leading up to Thanksgiving. Then we have 2 Thanksgivings on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
I was off work.
How many deviled eggs you eat?
2.
2?
Look, there were 30, I think, maybe. Everybody got 2. Dude, they did not last.
Oh, man.
They
I
were
love a
gone.
good deviled egg.
They get 1 round. You get 1 round with deviled eggs in
Yeah.
this family.
There's 30 people there and they only cook 30?
No,
No, this was the actual Thanksgiving Day.
yeah, they didn't have deviled eggs that time.
There was no Thanksgiving food at the
Yeah.
first Thanksgiving gathering.
Yeah, John hates Thanksgiving food.
You would have loved it then. It was smoked spiral hot dogs and
Well,
smoked
so I'm
hamburgers.
also not really on that train either. I don't really want to eat like ballpark food for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
But if somebody was like, "Hey, instead of turkey this year, why don't we just grill a bunch of ribeyes?"
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
on
on board with that. Why would you? I mean, on what planet would anybody not want that?
but I could eat a ribeye and some dressing and a deviled egg. And
Okay, well, that's the size. The size don't matter. But I just can't fathom why ham and turkey are the main ordeal at Thanksgiving. They're both not. Ham's okay, but turkey is not good. Are you done with your Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, hot dogs and hamburgers. We can move on.
everybody can eat a steak at any point, though. All 3 of us can eat a
Any
steak at
meal of
point.
the day, any
Yeah.
hour of the day.
Right, but so why on Thanksgiving do we just choose to throw that out the window?
We
That doesn't make sense.
We don't at my
even
dad's
try
house.
to
It's just a
rationalize
festival food, okay?
it. No.
and it feeds a lot of people.
I think it costs a lot of money to make all the other food, so it's like you already.
you get a
it costs-
turkey cheap.
No.
20,
it's
25
not
bucks.
cheap. Yeah, but like if you fry it,
All right, let's hear about your Thanksgiving week then.
All right,
you
let's
got
hear
some
about
steaks in there?
You better wow us.
There better be
some
a
beef.
30-ounce ribeye out there.
Where's the beef?
I don't think I ate any steak.
Oh my god.
But
Hypocrite.
It's because I'm not gonna be that guy. Hey, I'm not gonna eat your food. I'm gonna bring my own steak to your party. Like that doesn't look good either. I just think like before Thanksgiving gets here, maybe we take a vote. You know, but that never happens. Okay, my Thanksgiving holiday season this year, leading up to Thanksgiving was kind of rough. I got sick, ended up getting strep. They told me at the doctor, we think you came in too early. I came in the same day I started feeling bad.
Oh,
I
don't do
tested
that.
negative. Well, I'm at work and I have a fever. It's very difficult to do what we do with a fever. So I decided to go ahead and go in. So I went in that afternoon, got me a shot. They sent me home. Hey, you don't have strep. We think you have strep, but you didn't test positive because you came too early. So basically, they said, we'll give you this. They didn't give me an antibiotic. They gave me like pain medicine, or they gave me something for the fever, but it wasn't antibiotic for strep. They told me if it gets worse, come back in a few days. So it got worse, and Boyd left to go out of town, and I kind of let it get worse as I was still trying to continue working, and it kind of got to the point where like my throat would get swollen, and then I would just take Tylenol and Advil,
Motrin?
Motrin. I would like flip them every 3 hours.
Yeah.
I did that for like a week. Literally every 3 hours I would take one, 3 to 4 more hours I'd take the other one for like 5 days.
Yeah.
And so then on a Thursday night, a couple weeks ago or whatever, I was going to bed and my throat was so swollen at this point that I couldn't take my medicine anymore.
Remember what you did that Wednesday though.
Tall.
Yeah, I think that exacerbated it.
So, Thursday night, I'm at home, I'm going to bed. I can't take my medicine at this point because I literally can't swallow my saliva. My throat is that swollen. So, I'm literally every like 15 minutes, the whole night, I'm spitting into a cup beside my bed. I'm also praying because now I'm stressed out because it's getting harder to breathe too. So I'm literally praying from like 8:30 that night to 6 o'clock that morning. Or no, I think I texted Boyd at like 4 a.m. or something and said, hey, I got to go to the doctor. Like I can't get the pills down, so I can't get my throat to go down. It's getting too bad. I'm at this point, I'm just really, really nervous.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I can't swallow anything. Breathing is starting to, it's not hard to breathe, but I can feel like resistance kind of in like a big breath. So I go to the doctor, I get there and they say, you're going to the ER. And I said, okay. run that by me. Like, why are we going to the ER? And so basically they said you've developed an abscess in your throat, and if it doesn't drain right, it can be really, really bad. Like if it bursts, it could go into your brain, like your whatever the connects from your nasal cavity to your brain. It can get in that, and it can be really bad. So I luckily they get me into the ENT instead of the ER. The ENT has a slot, so I go in, they slit it open, they let it drain. So I mean I don't want to get too much into that because it's disgusting, but
Yeah.
so we get that taken care of. Did we talk about building the shooting house? You know, Boyd mentioned earlier he's got that new land this year, and me and him built a shooting house together, working over, you know, coming into hunting season and getting that put out. So that was really fun.
Was stressful.
Yeah, stressful.
It was
I
very
think,
time
yeah,
consuming. We were trying to get done before dark, me, you, and
Yeah.
James, and it was
For
the
sure.
day before season started.
for sure. Riley's first hunting trip, I took him hunting to Boyd's place in Brookwood, and so that was fun. I got pictures of him. A couple spikes came in, and so he got to stand up on the chair and watch them, and we practiced whispering, and he did really good. We brought an iPad with us, and he was able to consume his focus on that for some of the time, and a deer would come out, he'd look at it, and he'd go back and forth, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
So my Thanksgiving food story. We decide for my mom's Thanksgiving that we're gonna fry turkey. And I've had fried turkey, and I've fried turkey before, and it's the best way you can eat turkey.
Yeah.
And it's still not a ribeye. However, me and my stepdad are cooking the turkey in his garage.
This sounds like a fire story waiting to happen.
It's not a fire story, thank God. We knew what we were doing, at least. But really what it boils down to is me and him are just out there chatting and aren't paying as good attention.
This is how all stories go.
Well, to be fair too, it takes a couple hours to fry a turkey.
Yeah.
It's not, like if you put fish in a fryer, 5, 6, 7 minutes, you got to get that fish out of there. It's done.
Yeah.
A turkey's way bigger. It's just way, way thicker, and it's got bones in there, and it literally takes a couple hours to fry a turkey. So you're just standing there looking at it. You can't really walk away from it because it's grease and a fire, but we might as well have, really. We burned the turkey. He's got, so...
Do you have a picture for the audience?
I think Julie does.
Okay, we need that.
So,
How burnt?
okay, the inside was fine.
So not Clark was Griswold.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't.
Okay.
This is kind of like a brisket situation.
You didn't
outside
cut it,
crisp.
Yeah, you didn't cut it open and it like spit out smoke.
Oh my god.
It's still carved great. It was moist on the inside, but the outside was as hard as my iPhone screen and as black as my iPhone screen.
That's funny.
And so when we pulled it out, my mom is standing there.
I can imagine Jerome too.
Jerome's daughter is standing there. And you got that little
Is
hook
it supposed to
on
look like that,
it. You
Daddy?
got that little hook on it, and I'm pulling it out, and me and Jerome are looking at each other like, well.
Did he laugh?
He thought it was funny.
Oh,
He's
yeah, I know
super,
it, yeah.
He's super like,
He loves it.
yeah, he's a kind-hearted guy.
Yeah.
He wouldn't never let something like that.
Oh my
get in the way of
gosh.
some
Yeah,
fun.
that's right.
But man, it was funny. And Jerome's daughter, she let me have it a little bit.
Oh,
she did.
man.
It was all fun and games.
If it was you and your dad, what would he have said?
I don't know. I think he would have definitely made a joke out of it, but he would have put the blame on me.
Yeah, he would have been frustrated.
I think he would have said something like, I tried to tell him.
Yeah.
It would have been something like that.
Oh,
But Jerome's daughter, she was sitting over on the couch. This is like 20 minutes after, or 10 or 15 minutes after we got it out. You're supposed to let it rest on the counter, and it's resting in there in the kitchen, and we sit back down in the living room for a little bit. Not everybody's here yet to eat, so we're waiting.
Did it smell burnt sitting in the kitchen?
Not really. I mean, not really.
So it was a surprise
So
when people walked in.
she's on her phone on the couch beside me, and Julie's on the other side of me, and they're both on their phones and giggling.
Texting each other about it?
Yeah. And I said, "What's so funny?"
Yeah, just say it.
But I mean, are y'all talking? Are y'all texting each other? Sometimes you can just tell, when people are, chatting.
Julie can't keep it in either.
No.
She let it out.
And so, Jerome's daughter shows me the phone, and it's a picture. It's a meme or whatever, or
Facebook reel, Facebook meme.
no, it's like an iPhone picture, in the text messages, of a turkey. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
have no clue. An iPhone picture.
A screenshot?
No, like in your texts.
Yeah,
where
it's
you-
just a picture they texted to you. They sent you a picture.
No, it's the Images app.
Oh,
iPhone
okay.
images, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But
It's a GIF is what it is.
yeah, GIF, and it's a turkey, a black burnt turkey.
And it looked just like yours.
It looked super similar.
They used that GIF for you.
and she
Yeah.
sent that to Julie, and they started dying out laughing. So that's when I had to know what they were talking about.
I'd have took some of that black and thrown it out.
I had to cut. So a little bit of our family was there, but it was a lot of Jerome's family. Coming.
Yeah, so you got
So,
really embarrassing.
I didn't. Well, I still had time, so I cut all of the. All the black off.
They were
and
probably
then,
thinking, skin's my favorite part, and then he got it on here.
And then I sliced it and put it on a platter.
Yeah.
I didn't. We're not gonna let 100 people.
Is it even fried at that point, though?
Oh yeah, it was fried. Oh, it was fried for sure.
What a Thanksgiving indeed. Thanksgiving with the Griswolds, it sounds like.
How you live and you learn.
I had a busy Thanksgiving. We did Thanksgiving with my mom, and we actually did it a little early. And it come back that one of the family members had RSV, and both my kids got RSV. So I got sick. I went on a Kentucky hunting trip though. Like John was saying, I went out of town. I had a good time. That was right before Thanksgiving. I didn't kill a deer, but I had a great time. Hung out with some buddies and stuff like that, and planning on going back next year. But besides that, just spent a lot of time with our family. Doing Thanksgiving trips here and there, eating as many deviled eggs as you can here or there. Sometimes having to scrape the yellow out if they put too much relish in it or something. I'm a little picky about my deviled eggs now. I don't like them putting too much green in there. I'm a little picky about them. And I'm picky about my dressing. Dressing was pretty good in some places, pretty not in other places. I don't
If it
like
grows
it.
in your mouth, that's no good.
Stuff and brie. Shout out. But anyways, we had a good time. Always great to just be off for a couple days. And then right after Thanksgiving, I actually killed a deer the day after John and his son went hunting in that same spot. I killed a 7-point that we were both after. So I'm going to get him put on the wall in here, but I was thankful for that. And wasn't as big as I thought it was. We'll put a picture on here, but I was definitely thankful to kill my first deer at my first place that we planted ourselves. Me and Preston planted ourselves that field. So it took a lot of work, but we had a great time. It was definitely a Thanksgiving to remember for sure. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. We had a eventful Thanksgiving, so we're back at it. We're going to talk about September of 2024. So, Alex, tell us a little bit about your month.
Our month started off terribly. It was Labor Day weekend, which is always a fun weekend. We didn't have the draft that weekend, did we? No, we didn't. That was the previous week. So we get to the close of the weekend. It was Sunday. And I distinctly remember Ashley was feeling very uncomfortable and in a lot of pain. And she was telling me her symptoms. I said, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I said, text your mom. She works at an OBGYN office. She'll be able to tell you.
For sure. You don't say that often, do you? You don't usually text your mom. She knows best.
Rarely. And I distinctly remember sitting in my recliner watching LSU USC. I'm like, that's a pretty good game. And Ashley's like, she says, Mom says I need to go to the ER. I was like, what? Is that what? What are we doing? I was like, is it that bad? She's like, well, my symptoms. She's saying, let's go to the ER. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, but we're gonna go to the OB ER, which I didn't know was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a special ER for pregnant women.
Yeah. What do we know?
You learn something every day. And we get there, and Dude, it's wild. There's nobody in there sitting in a waiting room or anything.
Oh, that's nice.
I might start doing that.
So many comments, but we immediately.
He goes to the ER often, so he probably not get it.
Yeah, you do. You're
I've
no-
been once,
Yeah, through
twice. I've been twice. I've been 3 times.
3 times in less than a year.
in the time I've known you.
5 years? Yeah, 3. That's pretty good.
No, well the time. Okay, the time since I moved back, not since the time I've known you.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
so you're in the OBGYN
So-
and ER.
Yeah, so we get in there and they do all the vitals and all that stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, it sounds like you're passing a kidney stone."
Blah.
I'm like, "Whoa," and they said that we need to get you to pass it because this could be very detrimental to pregnancy, and so they sent us up to a birthing suite.
Yeah.
So that was weird. And foreshadowing, we never actually got to be in a birthing suite after that in that hospital. So we were telling each other, we're like, man, so this is what it'll be like in 6 months when
Yeah.
Taylor's born. We'll be in here. And
That'll be nice.
we spend the night there. I sleep on the couch, it wasn't really even a couch, but the size of this table. And just getting a nice little preview of what it's going to be like when labor and delivery comes. And luckily had the next day off because of Labor Day. And she passed it. She went home Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and that started off September. And then we get to about 2 weeks later, we finished the renovation on the house.
Yeah.
We got new countertops put in the kitchen and the bathrooms, got the cabinets painted, put up a tile backsplash in the kitchen, and redid the flooring in the master bedroom.
Oh, yeah? How'd you do that?
Well, one of my buddies kind of taught me into doing it myself with them. I bought the material, and then do you remember I was going to do it myself, and then you literally texted me that day, we can come help, we can come do it. I was like, I don't know. He's like, you're like, we'll be there. I'll call you when we're on the way. There was no discussion.
You went from doing it yourself to doing none of it.
basically.
Me and David basically laid it, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then me and Boyd pulled it.
Yeah.
But-
It worked out good. That was fast.
Oh, yeah, it was quick.
It was quick.
Yeah,
It worked
that's
out.
probably how David wished the floor was going in his house. You are some scumbags for not being there.
The beauty of a house that was built by a builder
Yeah.
that lived there. And we got that done, got it knocked out. The worst part, though, was not that night. It was when me and John had to figure out how to. We did the shoe
Corner
molding.
molding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got all the way close to the end where it goes into the bathroom. And it took us, you missed like 3 cuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to figure out how to cut some pieces up to get them to fill in the gaps because it wasn't going square. We figured out that the tile of the bathroom was up higher in half, and then the other half was down
We
lower.
had to shim it, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think we shimmed it and then put glue.
Yeah.
And so that was fun. But we didn't see any cracks in the concrete floor, so that was nice. It's always good when the bedroom that's overlooking a body of water, it doesn't have cracks in it,
Yeah.
because you assume that if they didn't build it well, it'd start to actually. But it's a level floor. We did a good job. It looks good.
Yeah.
I really can't complain. We knocked that out in less than a football game.
Yeah, that was
Because we
crazy.
got there and the Thursday night game was going on, and one of the 4 of us had somebody playing in the game.
Yeah, I can't remember who was playing.
I want to say the Eagles were maybe playing.
The Lions were playing, I'm pretty sure.
It was the Eagles.
It could have been the Eagles versus Cowboys. They're always
I
first
remember
week. They're
Jalen
always
Hurts
first
was
Yeah.
big in that game.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain the Lions were playing.
No way, I wouldn't have let y'all come over during the Lions game and ruin that.
week. Okay.
I would have wanted.
Not
to
like
wa-
you got your floor done.
I would have wanted to watch that.
Oh,
I didn't get it done for free. I was gonna do it myself.
Anyways,
So,
sounds like you had a great
That was
one.
a fun September, and yeah, got a house renovation done.
Yeah.
Ashley said no more house renovations.
And you hadn't been in the house a month, right?
We closed at the end of July. We had the flooring redone, the kitchen and bathrooms redone, all by the end of September.
Yeah, so probably 2 months.
Yeah, but we knew going in. We set aside money to be able to just go in and knock it out quick.
Yeah. Well, you wanted to get done because you got a baby coming in 6 months,
Right.
and you wanted to.
Yeah, you
You
don't
wanted
do
to
a
get it
renovation when you got a baby in the house.
Yeah,
not
that's
that.
crazy.
Not that.
And you already got 2 babies in the house.
Yeah, not to throw any shade at our friends who are currently doing a renovation with a baby in the house and
dogs.
a toddler. But it's I don't
You
know.
had 2 dogs in the house, so that's kind of the same. They nip at you a little bit.
No, you can put him in a room and leave him alone. Lock the door. Can't do that with Baylor.
You can try.
I can do it, but Ashley would get very mad.
Yeah.
It's poor parenting.
But John, tell us a little bit about your September 24.
Yeah, so I got a few things here. So looking at buying furniture for the new house. The furniture we had in our old house was all stuff we've carried over from, when we lived in Greensboro, or it was, even if we bought it moving into the Taylorville house, it was all Facebook. We hadn't only been married a couple years. We didn't have a bedroom furniture, living room furniture. You can spend thousands of dollars. And we didn't have it. So this time we decided with, what we hope to be a forever home, we would, spend a little bit more money and get what we really want. In some of our, not everything, but, some of our furniture, we got what we really wanted, especially the living room being the first room you walk into, so you wanted it to look good and make it our own, So we did that. We went furniture shopping. We got some pictures of that. And that was fun. I sat on 100 pieces of furniture that I had no intentions of buying. It'd be like a $4,500 couch. I guess we'll try it, just to see.
You sit on it and you lay on
it. Ain't no doubt. And then, so right before we closed on the old house and closed on the new house, we're selling all of our old furniture.
Yeah.
And so there's like a 2-week period toward the end of September. I don't have anywhere to sit at my old house. Like, the new stuff isn't going to be delivered to the new house for a couple weeks. We haven't moved out of the old one yet. We have a recliner, and that's where Julie sits. Like, I'm not going to make my wife not have a place to sit. So for like 2 weeks, if I was home, I was either laying in the floor or sitting on my bed.
Which, to be fair, you prefer to lay on the floor.
I do like to lay on the floor. If it's carpet, that's much better. But imagine trying to eating supper and watching TV against a wall, or just like crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I do it like 4 times a week.
You're a child.
I sit on the floor and sit at the coffee table and eat because the TV's right there.
Applesauce?
Yeah. And then I've got Baylor in front of me, or he's with Ashley.
Okay, that's a little bit different. But when you get tired of sitting on the floor, where do you go?
Oh, I'm gone.
You go to the couch.
Recliner.
Yeah, you go.
No,
I don't have that option.
I'm not a couch guy.
Okay, whatever.
Recliner guy.
So also before we're selling our old house, we have these issues that we have to fix that the new owner has requested. Right, we're under contract. We're about to close in a couple weeks, and the inspector notices something to do with the weatherhead where the power comes into the house. He didn't like it, or I can't really remember what was wrong with it. But I went up there. I think I had to put a new weatherhead on. Maybe it was cracked or something. That's the gray thing that sits on top of your on top of your roof where your conduit goes into your power your power box. So I get up. I put a ladder on the roof or on the side of the house. I climb up there. I get up there, and I barely touch it, and the neutral going to the house breaks. So now neither one of y'all probably even knows what that means. But if you lose a neutral, and you have certain appliances on in your house, it can ruin it.
Yeah.
Like having your TV turned on
Yeah.
and plugged in and turned on, and losing a neutral can mess up your TV.
Yeah.
Or like your stove, your mic. It can mess up all kinds of stuff. So I dive off the roof. Not really.
Okay, I just fell off the roof months ago. Now you're diving off the roof.
You taught him well.
I hurry down the ladder and turn off all the breakers, and then I have to go inside and tell her, "Hey, I turned the breakers off. We didn't lose power. We did lose a neutral."
I can imagine him now.
So
Julie.
So then I have to call Alabama Power and tell them that a squirrel that's what it was. A squirrel had been chewing on that wire, and it just got real thin and real brittle.
Yeah.
So I had to call them and get them to come out. Luckily, it was only like an hour, and the guy came out and
So does a
and got
neutral
us fixed
prevent
up.
just a power overload or something? Does it kind of balance it?
It does balance. I think the textbook is balancing, or sending back like unbalanced voltage or
So your
current,
TV was about to get fried.
something like that. It could, not necessarily, but it could mess up a lot of like electronics in your house.
Yeah.
But so that was fun. We got it fixed and it was all good. But then also for September of 24, the went to Demopolis, me and Julie did, and got a couple things from a daycare that was selling some toys and a big it's a table like kind of like this but a little bigger, so like a moon shaped table in the kids room. And it's got seats inside of it where the kids can sit there and eat right in front of them. We went there and got a really good deal on that table. So and then we came back and put it in the children's room, the nursery.
I think y'all picked that up on a Wednesday, right?
I don't remember.
Because I was there when y'all brought it back.
So that was awesome. At this point in the building, we're moving.
Yeah.
Starting to move furniture in. So,
Yeah.
So that was. I got a picture of that. I think so. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that's what I had on my September 24 for the church stuff. We started putting cabinets in. We started putting toilets in. We started putting sinks in, blinds, TVs. You know, we were on the final straw, and it felt good. I remember just when they sent that video of just that one, the cabinets being in the kids' room and that one table y'all got. It's like, this is real.
Yeah.
You know, we did this. And it was probably the worst thing to happen because we didn't finish touching up a lot of stuff, and it still needs to be touched up. But it was like we're there, and we started letting kids in immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just great. I mean, we started to be able to use it all, clean it all. It was great. September was a great month. At the beginning of September, actually towards the end of August, we found out that we were pregnant. So we had lost 2 kids. We had a kid. We lost 2 kids. Trying to have kids, and now we're on our 4th pregnancy, and this one was actually successful, so I'm not going to keep you waiting on that. But you know, we got to go see a sonogram. It was a boy, and we were super excited about that. You know, we have a girl, so having a boy, everybody 1 and 1, you know, everybody likes that. So me and my wife went on a little trip to Charleston. We had a great time. I actually chipped in playing golf one day, right off the green for like quadruple bogey probably. But I remember when I chipped in, all the threesome I was playing with just jumping up excited. I'm like acting like I've been here before, you know. But if John and, you know, James or Preston or David, somebody that plays golf would have been there with us, I probably would have jumped in the pond.
Took his shirt off.
Oh yeah, I would have been, you know, just running around streaking probably. I'd have been so excited. They could have taught me to jump into the pond, even though I did see a little baby alligator in the pond. We had a great time on that. We just kept enjoying our pool. We just got our pool finished the month before, so Sadie was doing swim lessons. You know, we were getting ready for all that, but it was a busy month. For men's group that month, it was very interesting. Something that I would suggest, and we had a great time with it. We actually bought cheap tickets to an Alabama football game. We went as a men's group, and we had a great time. You know, we sat up there. Several young adults went with us, and we watched the game, and I think it was a blowout. Didn't they win like 60?
No.
It started out slow, but then they scored 4 touchdowns at the end.
I think in the last like 5 minutes we went away from the
Yeah.
first like 3 quarters.
It was close.
We were like, hey, we do not need to be losing to this
Yeah.
team.
But it was a good month. We had a great time, and it was just great to be done with the building. You know, wrapping up the building, I should say. You know, we're still putting furniture in it, but we're there. I mean, we're using it. So we're going to go into our next segment, our Did You Update of the Week. Our Did You Update of the Week. Alex, tell us a little bit about your Did You Update of the Week.
Mine is so embarrassing.
Oh, for
man.
sure.
Oh man. So
I
I
had secondhand embarrassment.
you should have.
I was sitting
The
next to
whole
him.
room should have had it.
I wasn't in there, but I wish I was.
I felt so bad. I'm teaching our Wednesday class. And teaching it when I don't know. I can't even remember I can't even remember what was going on that night, but I did not think I would teach. And I'm exhausted, and doing the class, we get towards the end, and I point, and I'm using, and you know, when we're doing the class, and our pastor does this a lot. He loves to use names.
Yeah.
He's going to call.
We all do.
If you're in the service, an 80% chance your name gets
Oh, yeah, for
called
sure.
in the service.
Unless you're newer, then you know you don't know.
But if he just learns your name, he's
Yeah.
going to use it twice in the service. And I'm telling a story and make an example, and I point to someone, and my mind just goes, whoop, and I glitched out.
he's trying to think, and I could see his gears turning.
They
up
were
there.
turning, but the screen was blank.
Yeah.
I couldn't have even made up a name.
I am always the guy that looks like I try to make sure They know. Because I'm as soon as you point, I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm going to throw him the word. Do a little soft toss to him.
Man, I couldn't.
And he's our sponsor. He gave us a GoPro for the whole shebang, and now you forgot his name.
You could have asked me to tell me the name of my wife in that moment. I couldn't have. I would have blanked so bad. And he's just looking at me like, I can't believe you're doing this.
Yeah.
Not gonna
He
help you
wasn't
out
going to
here.
say it either. He was eating it up. He's like, come on now. Let's hear it. What can you come up with?
And
And you don't want to say the wrong name because you could offend somebody by calling them the wrong name. Like,
yeah, I
you
didn't
think
have a
I'm
name.
like John?
Didn't have a name. I would have said, I don't even know my own name in this moment.
No.
Couldn't tell you my own name.
So what came of it?
I said Brandon.
And I go, right.
Brandon.
That's it.
Why did I forget that? That's what he said.
And ever since, we've made a joke about it almost
Oh
every
my
time we see
gosh.
each other.
He thinks less of you now for that.
There's no way. He probably thinks more that I owned up to it.
Oh my
If I had just
gosh.
been like, you know,
I
trying
call
to
people
brush it
different
off.
names all the time.
it happens.
It is what it is.
It was so.
It was so
embarrassing.
funny in the moment, though. The whole class is dying laughing because Brandon is. I mean, he's connected. He's with everybody. I mean, he knows everybody,
It's
talks
not-
to everybody.
It's not a brand new member.
No. It's something you should know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And it's not a hard name to remember. I mean, Brandon's a pretty common name.
Yeah. So
Not one of his brighter moments.
no.
Not as like dull as like flushing a razor down the toilet, but you know,
Look, here's the thing.
you ain't never gonna live
if
that
you
down.
speak enough at a church, you're gonna have moments like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
the
sure.
the law of averages. And what's gonna happen now is the next time one of y'all lead the class,
Yeah, probably so.
it's gonna.
You're gonna stand up. Ah!
Pastor X just did that when he was teaching a Wednesday night class. I wasn't in there, but he said he called one of our older ladies, one of the other older ladies' name. got
Yeah,
it mixed
he
up.
called Dawn Mary
Yeah, I wasn't
Ann.
gonna say the names. I knew who it
And I was like, okay. So that's what we call a setup.
oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay, that turned into a better did you?
Shout out to them.
Yeah. If you're listening, John, tell us your did you update of the week.
All right, so I went on a little trip to Oklahoma, a hunting trip I go on every year, and so a lot of the guys are out eating or something, and some of the guys, stayed back, and I think we're watching Bama game or watching something. I think it was a Bama game. We decide, as it's getting wrapped up, we're going to go to the gas station. We ordered a little pizza. It's like a Hunt Brothers pizza. I
Best
think it
pizza
was Hunt
ever.
Brothers. It might have been a different brand, but we get a few of those, getting some chips and drinks and stuff. And so we get in the truck.
Some drinks.
We okay. Like
Mountain Dew
Dr.
Code
Pepper.
Red. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Two of the guys in the car are deacons at their church. I
drinks and
don't know
stuff.
about the other two guys, but there was no alcohol.
Baptist deacons.
No. Anywho, so we get there, and we got to put it. We don't know where we are. We put a GPS
You're in
into this
Oklahoma.
place. Well, no, we don't know.
The turns and stuff to get back. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
I
been
mean
there.
everything's real square. Like
I delete all text too, so I don't keep that. So I'm like,
so,
where do I go?
so we on Google we find this gas station. We order the pizza. We get the directions. We go there, and so we get back in the car after paying and getting back. We're about to leave and go back to the cabin, and I look at Cody and I said, "Hey, do you have the?" Or he looks at me and said, "Hey, do you have the address to the cabin?" And I said, "No, I haven't had it the whole time. I've been riding with somebody else. He's got it, but he's not in the car." So then we decide and my maps isn't closed yet from on the way to the gas station. So we zoom out and do this. We backtrack, it hasn't closed out yet. So we just the trip to here, we just go in reverse and hopefully we can zoom in and just hold it down and it'll give us the address and we'll go to that. So that takes 10 minutes. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a while. It's 20 minutes away. And so right as we're figuring out, we've zoomed back in on the cabin. Now we just got to figure out what the address is to the cabin.
Yeah.
Bryant, my buddy Bryant in the back seat, good old dude. He decides to watch us do all this and speak up and say, "Hey, I've got the address to the cabin if you guys want it." And me and Cody look at each other and we start dying out laughing. And it was like, I mean, have you been watching us look for the address for 10 minutes? Just waiting for us to ask?
He must have not been paying attention.
I guess not. But he spoke
Or he
up.
might have been 2 or 3 deep already too.
Maybe, I don't know. No, he wasn't, actually. I know that he wasn't. I do know he was not. So, sorry, Brian. You're a good dude. So then we're laughing. Me and Cody are laughing so hard at this situation. Literally, like 5 minutes goes by, and we're like sweating. We're laughing so hard. Well, Bryant's got his phone, is at the address of the cabin, pulled back up, and he throws it in the front seat to us. So now we're like, oh.
Don't get aggressive with it.
Yeah, I mean, is he mad? Because he's kind of a quiet guy. And so then I'm looking at Cody like, hey, is he? Did we laugh too much at this? But man, that was
Started to feel like you were laughing at him, not with him.
yeah. I mean, we were, for sure. It's what kind of he made us feel like. But no, I don't think he was mad. But that was
Yeah,
hilarious. But
I got you.
and then a couple times throughout the trip, we would be like near Bryant and start laughing again, and you could just tell like
Yeah,
it's like I'm over this. Like
yeah, that's enough. All right, that's
Was
enough.
the pizza good?
yeah.
It probably wasn't Hunt Brothers.
If it wasn't Home Brothers, it wasn't good.
He said
I think
some
it-
similar brand. It's not.
There's no
There's
similar.
no similarities in Hunt.
Listen,
think
I
it
will
was Hunt
stop for
Brothers.
Hunt Brothers. I'm not stopping for anything else.
So my Digi update of the week comes from going hunting. So John took his son, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to take my daughter hunting. And I took a buddy of mine from church, and I took Brother James with us. I told them where to go, and we start walking towards our stand. And it's like, I don't even have a jacket on. It's like 65 degrees. It's done warmed up, and it's just Alabama for you in November. So me and Sadie are walking to our stand, and, I'm toting all kind of stuff, and I started to walk up to the shooting house, and I'm going up steps, and I'm like, there's stuff flying around. And he had just hunted in the shooting house, so it's like there shouldn't be stuff flying around, or he would have experienced it. And while I'm climbing up in there, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it won't be as bad inside. Maybe we can get inside, all the bugs on the outside. Well, I open the door, and there's ladybugs galore, like covered the seats. And Sadie takes one look and starts crying. I mean, like, you're not going to make me sit on that seat. That was her first thought, like she thought, it was almost like you opened a jail cell door and was like, get in. I mean, she was being tortured.
She does
can't-
not like bugs.
She can't stand bugs. And one of them flew, like, right into her forehead. Oh, my gosh, I thought she was going to jump off the rail. I mean, she was paying. I said, let's go. We walked down, and we walked, like, maybe 60 yards behind the shooting house. You could still see one of the green fields. And I said, okay, we'll sit down here. And I kid you not, there's still ladybugs flying around. I mean, everywhere, right around us and stuff. And it was, wow, what an experience. So we sat there for like 10 or 15 minutes, and I kind of got her on my phone watching something so that way she doesn't look at the ladybugs. And then she's like, let's just go sit in the truck. And she said, let's leave. And I said, well, we can't leave. We got, Ben and James up there. So we walked back to the Toyota, and we're sitting in there. We sat till about 4:30, and I said, well, let's creep back up, and we can see the green field. So we did. We creeped back up, and we sat for the last 45 minutes, and we had a good time. But man, always an adventure. Always an adventure. And she was panicking. Something else funny, a Digi from September 24, when we went to that men's group at the football game, we had some youth with us. And it's not something you really think about as a men's leader, but we went to a Bama game, and there is people not dressed appropriately. There's women not dressed appropriately. There's men not dressed appropriately. And then behind us, we have some drunk college kids that are just cussing and yelling. And you're like, is that on me? Should I have censored who could come? Which you got to kind of think of it as an adult, as a parent. You know what you're bringing your kid to and being around. Yeah. Which, honestly, you could go to dinner and people cuss nowadays. Nobody respects that stuff anymore. Yeah. But it was a fun adventure, though. Definitely a fun adventure. So that was our Digi update of the week. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. We're going to get into our scriptures that kind of deal with stuff we're dealing with in September 24, and maybe even stuff we're dealing with now. So we're on our Thanksgiving episode, thankful for a lot of things. What is your scripture for us today, Alex?
It is out of 1 Thessalonians 5:16. It says, it's a short scripture. Face ID, let it open. Rejoice always and delight in your faith. And for us, that was the early September was kind of a wake-up call to us. because she had a pregnancy that was a lot of morning sickness.
Yeah.
Every morning I heard vomiting.
Yeah.
And
disgusting.
yeah, it probably should have been a warning
you
sign
listening?
to us at the time. Huh?
Why are you listening?
It's loud.
Yeah. I can
There's
imagine.
just no chance. I would have to leave.
I mean,
Okay.
it was loud.
Cut that.
But so she's vomiting every morning. Sometimes she was vomiting car rides, and there was just a lot of sickness going on. And when we went to the hospital, it kind of shook us a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember talking on the way to the hospital, saying, he's not ready.
Yeah.
He's not ready to be born yet.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to be in there at least another 3 or 4 months. Like, we got to be praying that this is not about to.
Yeah.
And I just remember that because we're on 65 North, and she's saying that, and I'm a little bit like,
Yeah. Freaking out.
I'm like, he can't come early. Like, we're
Yeah.
no. Like, we have a due date.
Yeah, that's right.
We're looking at February. And when she went in the hospital, she was just worried. And the way the doctors, she was hooked up to a fetal monitor the whole time.
Yeah.
So we're always listening to the baby's heartbeat constantly. And it was just kind of jarring to deal with that. But that was a month where we just had to dig in and trust God.
Yeah.
And trust
Well, I
that-
think it's a great verse because you had so much in your life really start to click together. We
Yeah.
finished the building at the church. You just got into your house. You finished all your renovations. You got pregnant after so long of trying to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, finding that rejoice in the Lord.
Yeah.
It's tough to do in hard times like that.
Yeah, because rejoicing, and I talked about this past Sunday. Rejoicing it's being aware of God's presence in the
Yeah.
room, and because if you're aware of His presence, you can't do anything but be joyful.
Yeah.
Like knowing His presence is there brings joy.
Yeah.
Because it's only good when God's in the room.
Yeah. Amen.
God is not in a room where there's bad. There may be stuff going on that is perceived as bad, but if God is in the room, the ultimate end is good.
Yeah.
So we had to focus on, okay, we've got X number of months left in the pregnancy, and you're getting sick every morning.
Yeah.
There's foods that are starting to repulse you. You're getting back pain. It's getting difficult. But He promised us a child.
Amen.
This is the child.
Yeah.
He will get here, and He will be healthy.
Yeah.
So we're going to delight in that.
That's
We're
right.
delighting because women are this way. I figured this out when she got pregnant. They love being pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
They love the pregnancy season.
Yeah.
I didn't love the pregnancy season because of all the complications that came with it,
Yeah.
but they love the idea of being pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
They're made for it.
they are. It's ingrained in their DNA to want to
Oh,
be
yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah, for sure.
And she was hating that there was so much sickness involved with it.
Yeah.
Feeling like the enemy was trying to rob her of the joy of being pregnant. So we told God, we know you promised us a child. You will come through with that promise.
Yeah.
This is the child. We've gotten to the point where we're comfortable knowing that this child is going to come here.
Yeah.
We're going to see him. We're going to hold him. So it was just standing on that, rejoicing and delighting in our faith.
Yeah.
Because you can have faith and not delight in it, right?
Yeah.
There can be days where you're like, I still trust God, and that's your attitude. I trust God,
Yeah.
I guess. But no, we trust God. This is gonna we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So it's all about how you look at it.
Yeah. But the Bible tells us, worrying doesn't add a day to your life.
Not a
To
single
cast your
day.
cares on God. So it really choosing that joy, saying, even if we're having it, we have it and it's tough, but thank God we have it.
Yeah. And
Just-
Jesus tells us it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that's right.
He doesn't promise us an
That's
easy
right.
life.
In all seasons of our life.
All of them.
Yeah, that's a great verse. Great Thanksgiving verse, too. John, what you got for us?
My verse is out of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. It says, "All Scripture is inspired by God and is profitable for teaching, for rebuking, for correcting, for training in righteousness, so that the man of God may be complete, equipped for every good work." And so my thoughts behind this was coming into holiday season last year and this year, really, maybe even more so this year than last year. It feels like such a busy time, and this is, trying to give myself encouragement to stay in the Word. But I read this verse and I thought that it worked good for this time of year, because I've struggled from time to time with making sure that I'm making time to be in the Word, and that the Word is profitable. It's for my gain. Like, me reading the Bible doesn't necessarily, God's not getting any better from me reading the Bible. It's for my gain. Like it says right here, it's inspired by God and is profitable for, and then those list of things. And then it says there at the end, my favorite part, I guess, so the man of God, which I'm trying to be the best man of God I can be, so that I can be complete and that I can be equipped for every good work. Yeah. So like when opportunities do come that, this holiday season, you're running into people who are going through hard times or need prayer, or maybe they're going through a season where they need people, they need scripture, or they need that friend or whatever. The more we can stay in our word and read the word and be equipped for every good work, just like it says. Sorry, that beep threw me off. Like I said, I guess the verse just reminded me and encouraging me, like, don't let the busy season of this holiday season, coming up on, Christmas and Thanksgiving, the New Year's, then you got Valentine's Day. Like, don't let those things be an excuse to not give God your time. Yeah. Take away from time from something else and give it to God. If you're that maxed out on time, yeah, take time away from this, whatever other small areas you can, and make sure you're giving your time to God.
Let's just stay in ready. Like I said, equipped for every good work. I mean, and I think that's what you're ultimately getting at is we get so busy, especially during the holiday season. And, I've been asked a couple questions here lately, and I feel like I should have a better answer than I do. Mm-hmm, for sure. And as men of God, we want to have the best, God's word really in response. We want to have the right scripture. We want to say the right thing or do the right thing that Jesus would have for us. Yeah. And, it's very key to stay equipped, to stay ready, so we can always speak into those people. Because you never know. They might have a testimony similar to yours, and it's easy to speak into their life, or they might have one that's not even close to you. But you can always revert to God's word. Yeah. So mine is one I feel like we've done 100 times, especially for me. I feel like I keep going back to this as God's plan, as Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it's the purpose of the Lord that will stand. And I feel like during all of our pregnancies, that was always my thought. And I guess that was why I didn't always worry about what was going on, because I knew ultimately the end, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Ultimately, the outcome of the pregnancy was up to God. And I guess that was something that I had ruled from day one is, no matter what happens, ultimately there's nothing that I could physically do to prevent anything from happening. And when we found out we're pregnant, we had those plans where we wanted to have those kids beforehand, and it had it in our way, we'd have never went through those things. But we went through those things to be able to help other people. And God has these plans that we don't always understand, but it is always His purpose and His will. And He has a perfect will and a perfect plan for our lives. And we go through things, like you said, that He gives us that might not always be easy, but it's something that we can take and we can help others from, and that help grow us. There's so many things that we've all been through, each one of us at this table, that has made us into the man we are today. If we didn't go through some of the hardships that we went through, we might not even be at this table. We wouldn't even have stuff to talk about it if we didn't go through hardships. So it's always good to have those things, because there's so many hurting people out there. We talked about it this week about, some churches close, during holiday season and stuff like that. And, it's so key to just always be there, because this is the time that people need you. When people have nobody, they need us. They need Christian men, Christian women to step up and to speak God's work in their life, and really just, be there for them. Because that's the hardest time of the year, is during holidays, whenever you might not have no family, you might not have no friends, you might just need one person at church, one person to say, hey, I'm thankful for you, or I'm thankful for your family. So, yeah. Well, that was a great Thanksgiving episode. I can't wait for the Christmas episode. I know y'all got me something good, so I'm looking forward to that.
Lump of coal. Yeah. Straight from my backyard, actually.
So, John, you want to close us out in prayer?
Yeah. Dear Lord, I want to thank you for this time we had tonight, Lord, that we could do this podcast together, that we would have a chance to speak into other people's lives, Lord, and to each other's lives, and grow closer to you, Lord. I pray that these experiences that we've been through, Lord, I pray that they would touch somebody, that they would learn from it, or these scriptures, that they would cling to it, Lord, and grow closer to you, Lord. I pray that you would continue to bless us and keep our families safe, Lord. I pray that you would just keep equipping us to do the works of your will, Lord, that we would just keep glorifying you in everything we say and do, Lord, that everything that we accomplish would glorify your name, not ours, Lord. I pray that you would continue to go with us the rest of the year into this Christmas season, Lord, that we would just continue to look to you for the reason of the season, being you and not us, Lord. I thank you for the many blessings, Lord. I pray that you would just continue to be with us and keep us safe. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
That is episode 21. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Email us if you have any prayer requests at thesmallchurchpodcast@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Small Church Podcast.